Number one, a fisherman notices that a float makes 30 oscillations in 15 seconds. So oscillations are N, and 15 seconds is time. So oscillations per time is known as period. The distance between two consecutive crests is 2 meters. Distance between two consecutive crests is known as lambda, and that equals 2 meters. What's the period and frequency? So period, by definition of our equation, is time per revolution. So the time they said was 15 seconds, and the number of revolutions, which is N, is 30. So 15 over 30 is going to be 0.5 seconds. What's the frequency? So frequency is equal to N over T. The number of cycles is 30, and the time is 15. 30 divided by 15, we have 2 hertz. What's the wave speed? Wave speed is equal to lambda f. Lambda, they told us, was 2. That's the distance between two consecutive crests. And the frequency, we figured, was 2. So the wavelength, 2 times 2, is 4 meters. Number 2. What is the wave speed if the period is 4 seconds and the wavelength is 1.8 meters? So we have velocity equals lambda f. And we know that frequency is equal to 1 over period. So we can put 1 over period in for the frequency, and we have velocity equals lambda over the period. Lambda, they said, was wavelength 1.8 meters, and the period is 4. 1.8 divided by 4 is 0.45 meters per second. Number 3. What's the frequency of a wave traveling with a speed of 1.6 meters per second and a wavelength 0.5 meters? So we have velocity equals lambda f, and we're looking to solve for frequency. So we divide both sides by lambda, and frequency is then isolated with velocity over lambda. The velocity, they told us, was 1.6, and the wavelength is 0.5. When you divide that out, we get 3.2 meter, no, not meters per second, it's frequency. So frequency is hertz. Number 4. What is the wavelength of a wave traveling with a speed of 3 meters per second and a period of 6 seconds? So we have velocity equals lambda f, and they gave us the velocity, but then they gave us period. So we could convert frequency to period, because frequency equals 1 over period. So 1 over 6 is 0.167 hertz. And we can solve for wavelength by dividing by frequency. So we have wavelength equals velocity over frequency. The velocity that they gave us was 3. And the frequency that we calculated was 1.67. Getting kind of sloppy. So 3 divided by 1.67. And I'm getting wait a second, there's an error here. This is not 1.67. This is 0.167. And when we divide that out, we get 17.96 or 18 meters.